Would you look at this place? Fucking dump, right? But would you believe this is actually one of the nicest rooms I've ever stayed in? Well, it's not. It's fucking not, man. Oh, one of the worst. Pretty bad. Pretty fucking bad. Maybe not the worst. I think the worst is still the one in Spokane, the Econo Lodge in Spokane. But I think this is a pretty close second. It's oh, it's really bad. Oh man, it's bad. It's bad. It looks bad. The Executive Inn. Bit of a misnomer there. Oh fuck. Oh my goodness. Well, Jamar, at least you were cheap enough where you didn't pay too much for it. Oh, well, actually. No, the kind of folks here in Pensa-cola. Pensa-fucking-cola. Fuck Pensa-cola, dude. Fuck this place. This is fucking bad. Oh, man. So bad. Yeah, and fucking expensive. It's the cheapest place I could find, at least on Hotwire. It's fucking expensive. I don't want to talk about it. But, you know, like I was saying the other day, I had dinner there. It was pretty awesome. Oh, okay, maybe not awesome, but it wasn't bad. And, you know, as I was saying the other day, you know, you gotta look at the bright side, you know, and, you know, at least, I'll show you the, it wasn't, yeah, I mean, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. Here's a picture of the inside. And yeah, that's a handgun in the, you see there in the lower left. Love that gun. I love it. So I basically sleep with it. Well, I did last night. I fucking did last night, man. Oh, fuck. God damn it. Well, that's the funny thing is I actually did sleep a bit. I didn't sleep so too badly. I had a bit of a, I felt a bit of a heart arrhythmia. I think it's because of the shit. Oh man, I'm gonna have to get fucking tested now after staying in that fucking place. Oh shit, now I'm going to Mobile. Oh man. Yeah, anyway, you know, at least I can make a video about it, show you some of these fucked up places, you know, and we can talk about it, and we can talk about the real issues, like the fucking foreigners that run these kind of fucking businesses. Yeah, I know. And if you can guess what kind of foreigners I'm talking about that are running these kind of businesses, then yeah, your guess is correct. You are correct, sir and ma'am, madam, Zin. I'll give you a hint, or maybe, well, yeah, I'll give you a hint. It starts with P and ends with hotel. Before you just go off the fucking handle and say, John, I knew it, you fucking racist bastard. No. To the contrary. It's not the fucking race of these people that I don't like. It's the fucking culture, man. It's the fucking culture, right? These people don't give a any. I say these people. That's not. I can't generalize an entire culture of people, let alone race, and I don't intend to. But like some of these people, you know, they don't and I kind of don't blame them. If you're on the low end of the hotel business, like, you're not exactly seeing the best. You're not exactly seeing the best, right? So I can understand why you don't sort of connect with American culture as a foreigner. I sure shit don't connect with these people. The only connection that we do actually have is like Earth, basically. The Earth itself. But like, I juxtapose and I give the culture of some of these foreigners, I give them shit because I know in my travels and on my daily life, I know that there are people that just they're in whatever business they're in. They're either in it because they like it, or they love it, or they love it and they engage with their clientele despite of the business that they're in, right? And I'll give you an example. I was in Pittsburgh getting tires, right? I needed tires for my pickup truck, and I was fucking broke as fuck. And I go to this local tire shop on 51. I believe it was called Whitehall Tire. I'm not sure if it's still there anymore. But I go into the place, I'm like, I go in like with my fucking dukes up, so to speak. And because I'm like, man, this is just gonna be it's gonna be a fight. I'm gonna have to fucking fight with this guy, and he's gonna be an asshole, and I'm gonna end up losing, but hopefully I can get some tires, and I'm just ready for an awful experience. Some of you might recognize, some of you might know what I'm talking about. You ever buy tires before from people that are dicks? Anyway, so like, I go in, and he's like, well, I can put this on, and I'm like, well, yeah, but what about this tire? And I'm like, well, what about that one? And how much are you charging me here? Like, because basically the first thing out of his mouth is he looked at my truck, and he looked at me, and goodness, I can't remember the guy's name. And he was like, well, I can get you whatever. It was General Tire. I don't remember what the tires were. They weren't nice tires, but it was just a pickup truck I was driving. And he said something, like 193 out the door, or 215, whatever the number was. And I was like, I immediately started haggling with him and being like, well, is that the best you can do? And like, what about this other tire? And I think I already knew, and I'm like, what else are you gonna charge me for, or how much to mount them? And like, ignoring the fact that he said out the door. He gave me, like, within 30 seconds or a minute of talking to him, he gave me an out the door price for a good tire that was what I would have wanted. And I was fighting with her or whatever. It didn't take all that long before it became clear to me that he gave me such little bullshit. He gave me such little bullshit. I missed it, right? And then I'm like, wait, what? Oh, out the door? No. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. That's a actually really reasonable price. And I got to talking with the guy. I'm like, okay, well, that's not a bad price. And that you included everything in tax and all that, of course, out the door. Like I just didn't hear that part. I didn't hear that he was actually a good dude, and he was just trying to help me out by selling me some fucking tires. I wasn't ready for that. And I got to talking with the guy, and he's like, what do you do? And I'm like, well, I'm working for my engineering degree at Pitt. And he's like, oh yeah, I went there. I'm like, really? And he said that he went to, right, this guy went to engineering, graduated from the University of Pittsburgh, went to engineering school. He would have been, at the time, probably in his 60s. Excuse me, boys and girls, got shit in my throat. And and I was like, you're a fucking, you're a fucking, I think he was a mechanical engineer or a civil engineer or something like that. And he's like, yeah, well, my dad owned the tire shop, and after school I just came back to the tire shop. I'm like, whoa, what are you? And he's like, well, I just like, he's like, he explained to me, he's like, I just like selling tires. It's like, I know all these people that my father is known, and that I had done business with my whole youth, right? So he worked at his father's tire shop his whole life, and then, after he went through school, it sort of his father moved on and he became his tire shop. And he's like, I just like working with the people. I know this community, and I know these people, and I meet new people, and I have stories, and I get I get employees, and I know their families, and I build relationships with them, and I just like, it's my life, it's my community, and I don't know, I never wanted to do anything else. And I was like, this was so fucking this was so powerful, right? And I'm like, I couldn't. I mean, I could believe it, but I just wasn't expecting it. It was so powerful. And so this is what I'm talking about, right? It's just a tire shop. And this dude had a fucking passion. I don't know that he had a particular passion for tires or even automotive in general. But he had his head and his fucking heart where they ought to fucking be, right? And this is, that was so powerful, and that was years and years ago, and I remember it to this day, and I think about that every time, I encounter a fucking shitty hotel front desk dickhead manager. They're just assholes, and I think about that guy, and I just think, what the fuck is the difference between this guy at the tire shop and these fucking prickheads at the side of the interstate? It's fucking attitude, man. That's it. It's the way that they perceive the world, and the way that they treat people, and the way that the way that they perceive their fucking role in the fucking universe, right? And so that's what I mean by, like, I don't like their fucking culture. And there's no one specific culture I'm talking about. It's just basically people of a culture, whatever culture that is, that don't gel with my culture. And before you get too hung up on what particularly my culture is, the fucking guy at the tire shop, that guy is my culture. And we don't need anything more, we don't fucking need anything. We can have the same amount in common as I have with these other fuckheads, like at the motel, which is just Earth. And we'll get along fine. And anyway, so I wanted to share that tire shop story with you. It's fucking inspirational, man. If we could all do that, and we can't, sometimes we get pissed off and hung up on our daily lives, and that happens. But man, it's all about attitude. It's all about attitude. You're gonna end up. We're all gonna end up as worm food anyway, and if life has any kind of, having said that, if life has any kind of meaning, I would reckon it stems from the kind of relationships that you build and maintain in your life. Anyway, so leaving Pensa-cola, so yesterday we went from St. Augustine to Pensa-cola, and I barely dodged rain, man. I was so lucky. I'm gonna hit rain tomorrow. It's just inevitable. But barely dodged rain yesterday. I actually pulled up, it started to sprinkle, and I pulled over and to put my rain suit on, because it's, man, the fucking, anybody who who knows, you know, about riding in the rain, it's a dilemma, because it's like, it sucks pulling over and putting on your rain suit. It sucks wearing your rain suit when it isn't raining. I mean, it sucks wearing your rain suit when it is raining, but it just sucks less than not wearing your rain suit when it is raining. But, you know, you don't want, if it's just going to sprinkle like a little bit, like, you don't want to put on the rain suit. That's just like, no, I don't want to deal with the hassle. And then, you know, if I'm out of the rain, or if it's not raining for long, then no sense. Then I'll have to, like, pull over fucking again, and I'll be all sweaty and wet, and blah blah. So, like, you have this dilemma when it starts to sprinkle. It's like, okay, you know, how long am I gonna wait before, you know, I get on the rain suit? How long am I going to wait to see if this rain keeps up? And then, of course, the longer you wait, the wetter you get. And before you decide, oh, fuck it, I'll put on the rain suit, you're already fucking wet. So anyway, I err on the side of caution. I pull over under. Fuck! God! Anyway, I pull over under an underpass. Jesus Christ, too much whiskey. And start fighting with my rain suit. And then, like, I see basically it stopped raining. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I put my rain suit back in my pack and set off again. And I was totally dry. So, but if that's the way, if that's how it has to be, man, I'll take it. Like, if all I gotta do is pull over and wrestle with my rain suit in order for it to stop raining, all right, you got me. I'm cool. We'll do that. I'm pretty sure that my wrestling at the roadside with my rain suit didn't actually have any bearing on the physical reality around me, i.e., like the fucking weather in Florida. But now we're in Alabama. Alabama. Never been to Alabama before. Well, I have, like, the past, I don't know, couple miles. I was looking at the map yesterday, and so Mobile, Alabama is not far ahead. It's like, I don't know, 40 miles from here, something like that. Excuse me. And I was looking at the map yesterday deciding, okay, do I stay in Pensa-Cola or do I go to Mobile, Alabama? The cheapest hotel I could find in Mobile, Alabama, well, first off, I was debating whether or not to go to Pensa-Cola Beach, and it was like fucking, you know, really expensive even for the cheapest place that wasn't even actually on the beach. I wouldn't even be able to walk to the beach. So I was like, fuck that. I mean, maybe I could, but it was like a couple miles, or I don't know. And I'm looking at the cheapest place I could find in Pensacola was this fucking the executive in the fucking that unspeakable fucking whore that is the executive in, and so that was like a fucking I don't even want to say how much that fucker was, and then there was another in Mobile. The cheapest place I could find was like it was like $30 less, 30 or 40 bucks less, and it had lower ratings, right? Like the ratings of the one in Pensacola were not good, but the ones in Mobile, Alabama were worse. And I'm like, fuck, you know, like, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. And so I'm like, you know what, a lot of times, you know, I just go for the bottom dollar hotel, and sometimes it works out great, but all the times that it didn't work out great, they were also always the bottom dollar hotel. I mean, why wouldn't they be? But anyway, so I didn't go for the Alabama one, and I'm like, shit, I should have just gone to Alabama and I mean, it couldn't have been worse, right? It couldn't have been. It couldn't have been. The only worse hotel that there is, I know where it is. It's in Spokane, Washington. So it couldn't be worse. So fuck, I should have gone to the one in Mobile, Alabama. God damn it. Then I could say I stayed in Mobile, Alabama, which is marginally more interesting than saying I stayed in Pensa-Cola, Florida. But I can't say that because well, I mean, we don't know. Maybe my motorcycle will explode upon entering Mobile, Alabama, and then I could say that. I don't think that's going to happen. But we'll see. Anyway, so go through Alabama, then Mississippi, and then into Louisiana. So it's a short leg today. I'm gonna go into New Orleans. The weather is decent. It's not, well, I mean, the weather right now is fucking awesome. It's perfect. It's like 73 degrees, not very humid. Look at the sky. All right. And that's why I picked today to go to New Orleans, because I'll get there, you know, pretty darn early. And I'll have lunch, I'll have the day, I'll have as much time as possible to check out New Orleans. Is that just a big red facade? So I'm looking, it's like, is that it's not a bar, what the fuck? Yeah, it's just a facade. Anyway, it should be not raining in New Orleans for the rest of the day, and then I'm pretty sure tomorrow we're gonna get some rain. I mean, I'm gonna be riding in the rain tomorrow. That's the way it is. Yeah, I'm not crazy about it. I'm not looking forward to it, but I mean, whatever, man. that's how it is. I've been damn lucky so far. I haven't ridden in any rain to speak of. I'm damn lucky, but I got good tires. These tires are reported to perform quite well in wet weather. So I'm looking forward. I mean, looking forward to that. Looking forward to maybe not crashing. I don't know. It shouldn't be too bad. And then I'll go. Let's see. Out of New Orleans, I'll go across Lake Pontchartrain because I think that'd be fucking cool. And I'll bring you guys along for that. Get all tongue twisted. I'll bring you guys along for that. And sometimes I can't, because I have earplugs in and my helmet and wind noise. I can't always hear my speech and whether or not I'm enunciating very well. It's kind of like how deaf people can. How deaf people can. They can't. I can't even do it. How deaf people that can, you know, can speak quite well. They struggle to enunciate sometimes because they can't fucking hear themselves speak. And that's part of what's a challenge. I say part of it. I mean, I think there's some of that going on, whereas I can't hear if my mouth is making crisp enunciations. So I'm just that doesn't make sense. So sometimes I misspeak or I fumble words, and I don't know that I've done that. And sometimes I'm speaking more or less clearly, but something tells me like, that did I say that right? And I can't quite tell because I can't hear what the fuck I'm saying, because inside my helmet it's just like fucking foreigners, right? So that's all I really hear. Oh, it's funny. And yeah, what the fuck was I saying? Yeah, then I'm fixing to go from New Orleans to probably Austin. I figured it might be neat to stay in Austin because I know that Austin has been evolving pretty quickly, especially over the past year. I don't know. I just figured it might be cool to go stay in Austin. And that's about a full day's ride from New Orleans. but maybe that'll cause for some issues with the rain, but I'm pretty sure that shouldn't be an issue for me to make that trip. And then Austin, I'm gonna try to go basically northwest. I'm not totally certain, but I kind of want to go northwest, probably into New Mexico, possibly stopping by Roswell, because that'd be cool. And then I'm not exactly sure. I think I want to go up through Colorado and then cut west, because there's a lot of I kind of want to crisscross around Utah and ride through Moab and Zion National Park and ride through some of those areas, and maybe scout some spots to hike, and then when I go crash in Phoenix, leave my bike in Phoenix, rent a car, drive back to some of these spots in Utah and hike for a couple days or something. Not like camping hiking, but just day hiking in Utah for a couple days. And then I'm not sure what I want to do after that, because I'm kind of jumping around, crisscrossing around the west. It's like I kind of want to hit a bunch of different spots, and there's no smooth line that goes to all of them. But I'm gonna go have lunch. I don't know if there's going to be any issues with me checking into the hotel, because I'll be there relatively early. I left, it's now 9:30 because I'm in Central Time, and that's kind of funny, because Florida is kind of, I don't want to say it's bigger than you think it is, but is when I got into Western Florida, I was like, shit, it's Central Time here? Right, so you have a state that's like, I don't think it's the easternmost state. It's definitely not. I think the easternmost state would be Maine. Anyway, but right, a state that's on the East Coast that spans into the Central Time Zone. I wonder if there's any other state that on the East Coast. Is there any other state on the East Coast that is partially in the Central Time Zone? Oh, I don't know. Write down in the comments, boys and girls, if there is. I'm trying to think, what would it be? Yeah, but yeah, Florida's pretty fucking gay. It's fucking gay, man. It's just, I mean, there's nothing, what the fuck is good about Florida? I'd rather live in fucking Pittsburgh, and I don't really want to live in Pittsburgh. The only, with the one exception, and that is the fucking beaches. The beaches that are nice, but I mean, you can't go to the beach every day. I mean, you could, but you get tired of it. I got tired of it basically after one day. To be honest, I could have done with another day. I kind of feel like I should have booked another day in St. Augustine, because that was just nice, man. It's a nice experience. But anyway, yeah. What the fuck is the point of Florida? It's like for old people they just can't tolerate the cold temperatures, because it doesn't get that cold in parts of Florida. But I mean, it doesn't get a lot of things. Like, it doesn't get nice mountains. It doesn't get any kind of like hills or any hikers. Florida does not get hikers. Nobody goes to Florida to hike. I guess you could just, I mean, for motorcyclists, why the fuck would you go to Florida? I mean, there's a lot of motorcycles and motorcyclists in Florida, but I'm not really sure what the fuck they're doing there. They're mostly just riding around half naked, but there's no curves, there's no corners, there's no, ooh, that'd be a good motorcycle road. Fucking zero. None. Maybe on like a racetrack, but like like no beautiful roads that it's like a nice smooth curvy road through nice beautiful scenic landscape. Not in fucking Florida. No, not one single mile of that kind of road. Not even a fucking, not a foot, not 1 foot, not a millimeter, not a 1 nanometer of that kind of road in Florida. Nope, not there, man. So yeah, fuck Florida. If I ever come back to Florida, it would just be to go to the beach. Or I was thinking about doing a hog hunting expedition. There's outfits in around Tampa, Orlando, and I'm sure many other areas where they basically holding off a sneeze. People like nodding, be like, yeah, man, that's cool. Riding in the back of grandma's Camry. Check it out, man. I do get a lot of nods as they see all this shit packed on my bike, and they're like, oh man, that dude's getting it. Yep, dude is getting it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so there's like expedition, that doesn't sound like it's the right fucking word. Expedition, it's not. Anyway, yeah, where they have these, you can hunt feral hogs. You just pay them whatever, you know, nominal fee, and they just put you in a tree stand next to a fucking hog feeder, and you can shoot hogs, which might sound dreadful and cruel to some of you. To me, it sounds like a good time. I was really close to doing it earlier this year in January or February, and I don't know, the shit in my head, and just being a lazy, stupid piece of shit, was just like, nah, I'll do it maybe next week, or maybe the next week. I just put it off, and I just never fucking did it. That's what that fucking shit does to you. You're just sitting around home doing fucking nothing. It just eats your fucking mind away. It's awful. And you don't. The worst part about it is, like, you'll just lay there, proverbially. I don't even. You know what I mean? You just fucking lay there and you just let it happen. You just let your fucking mind dissolve, and you don't even care. You know. You can't be bothered. It's so fucked up. I don't know. That's what happens sometimes. When you don't have a fire, when you don't have a mission, it's just fucking, I don't know, it's fucking misery, dude. Misery. Well, okay, that's a bit far. It's not misery, but it's just, you know, but yeah, shooting pigs, because I guess pigs can be a pretty big problem. I guess fishing. There's a lot of fishing to do in Florida. I don't really I'm not really into fishing. But yeah, like shooting pests, you know, just like blasting critters. Yeah, I can see how you derive a fair amount of enjoyment doing that. I can see it. Oh man, and eating them. There's like, from what I hear, those little hogs, like the little baby ones, are good eating, man. They are good. So that'd be pretty cool. You go on one of these hunting trips and blast one of these little fuckers, and you know, one of these gracious Floridian hosts will be like, okay, hey, do you want to cut that up yourself, or would you like me to do it? And I'll be like, yeah, I think I would like you to do it. And they'd be like, all right then, coming right, one delicious little piggy coming right up, I imagine is what they would say. I mean, why wouldn't they say that? It feels like I'm flying through the air. Just flying through the air. Oh yeah. Jack, I'm flying. I continue along I-10 through Alabama and Mississippi. The land is rather flat and boring, but occasionally the road will transition to a causeway above a swamp, which is also pretty boring. But sometimes the causeway will elevate up high, which would give you a vantage of anything interesting to see, but there isn't anything interesting to see, except when getting close to New Orleans downtown. As you can see, it's pretty cool to view the cityscape from up high. I roll into the downtown without incident and park in a restaurant district to get lunch. After lunch, I arrive at the hotel, where parking's kind of tricky, but the bellman advised me to just rock up on the sidewalk and park against the wall. I later learned with how raucous the New Orleans downtown can get, it's good that I was able to park up next to the bellman's desk and not in the street. Since I got in early, I was able to explore the downtown area, namely the French Quarter. This was a Saturday afternoon and the weather was perfect, and the entire downtown was very crowded, but it was still really beautiful, and I'll describe more of the details next episode.